Hey you should subscribe. $1.99 a month, you get access to the After Hours show and so much more. Let's get this party started. This is the Block Party, a Minecraft podcast, episode 108. We're your hosts, Bearded Sloth.
And Little C.
Stop punching me if you don't want my dogs to attack you.
Bark, bark. We're covering multiplayer Minecraft, the past week in Minecraft, your listener questions, and, of course, HolyBookworm's Joke of the Week.
Visit theblockpartymc.com for the best party on the block. We have free Bedrock add-on packs, an amazing Discord community, an interesting YouTube channel, and the latest episodes to all of our shows. We need your help to become fully supported by you, the listener. We are hoping to go ad-free next month. Help us reach this goal by becoming a subscriber right now. Go do it. You'll get exclusive access to the After Hours show, as well as all of our past episodes, including like the first 50 or so.
Cringe.
We'd really appreciate you guys supporting us. We are going ad-free, not totally by our will. So help us out, get a subscription. It'd be awesome. I know some of you aren't able to. I understand. It is $1.99 a month. Get access to all those shows. It's great. Well worth it. Pretty easy to do. So if you can, go for it. But I understand if you can't.
I just realized
you can support us by sharing the podcast and all that too.
We're always like, yeah, we need to get more subscribers. And then I realized maybe we don't want more subscribers because they can see cringy tiny C moments.
There is some of that. Your voice has changed over the past couple years.
It's only been like a year.
It's been 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Yep, it's been over 2 years. We're on episode 108. We do one of these every week. We haven't missed a week yet.
That's pathetic. I'm on daily live stream 108, but that's every single day.
Right. If I was home, we could do this every day. I don't think there's that much to talk about.
I don't think they want to hear us every day.
All right. We're talking about multiplayer Minecraft this week. That's our topic. What are you thinking about that?
Well, we better log on to the topic.
All right, listeners. What do you think? What do you think about that? Oh, we got to read them, don't we? They're not here to read it for us.
Man, this is tough.
All right. The first one, I'll say it because Little C can't say your name for some reason. Even though I separated out your name this week on the changelogs, he still doesn't want to do it. He doesn't like you, I guess, Chef Sunshine.
Chef Sun, I can't.
I don't know why that's so hard.
It's hard to say for me. I don't know why.
That's all right. Let's get to their comment. I started around for friends and family, but I seem to be the only one that plays. The people I invited are the ones that got me into the game, and now I seem to play it more than they do. I like to play with people more often, but it seems like I'm just playing in a multi-world as a solo person. I thought about joining some SMPs, but I'm not sure what expectations are and my lack of skill level. I'd probably be more of a hindrance than a help, so I stick with my little group that I have that nobody plays.
To me, it sounds like you need to get some new family and friends.
Well, that's it.
You can just replace them, right?
Or you just got to tell them exactly what to do, and everybody listens, right?
You got to tell them to play more Minecraft.
No, so you pointed something out that you don't know if you'd want to join an SMP or not. I got to tell you, you sound like the perfect player for Jericho SMP. Seriously. I don't know if you meet the requirements or whatever, but definitely check that out because you might like it. I treat it kind of like a single player world myself. I'm more of a single player kind of guy, but it is really cool to have multiple people playing and see all these shops and things that you didn't make that are just in the world. It's really awesome. Even if somebody else isn't on. Like right now, we're kind of in a slow time, I would say. But you can still join. We still take applications. So check that out if you're interested. I understand family not playing and stuff. It happens. We have some other family members that kind of come and go in the SMP and whatnot. And not everybody is as hyped about Minecraft as we are. And I know you, the listeners, are.
That's for sure.
I didn't think I would like playing multiplayer, with SMPs and stuff, but it's been amazing, even though I still play my style of single player. So just keep that in mind, Chef Sunshine.
Our next comment comes from HolyBookworm. I think what even makes Minecraft so fun is that you can play it by yourself or with others, and it's just as fun. The part I like about multiplayer is that you can collaborate with others and do epic builds or make communities. Like in our world, we have a shopping district, we do building challenges, and just have a whole community. It is so fun. But at the same time, I can just go about farming my land and work on my house by myself. The only multiplayer aspect I do not like is PvP, as I find that just silly.
Yeah, and it sounds like she's saying exactly what I said. You can do what you want, but it is fun to have the events and the build challenges and all that, and collaborate. I like that word, collaborate. Work with others to make something happen. People did that with our nether hubs, especially. I know the mall we have this season, people worked on that together. We've had other things, pathways and whatnot across the overworld. I know last season we had really long pathways that people were working together on. So that is fun. And it's nice to have many people working on one project. It goes a lot faster. You can get a lot done.
I'm usually the supervisor for the big projects. I sit there and watch and make sure they're doing it right.
I usually mess something up and then somebody has to come fix my mistake.
I have so many specific, detailed memories of you. I just remember you messing something up in a build. We were all like 5 people all doing one build, and then just someone follows you around just fixing all your mistakes in the build.
There you go.
And I remember that actually happening. I think that was on season 2. We were working on something and you just kept placing like a stair wrong or something.
That sounds accurate. That sounds like me in building. Thank you for that comment, Holy Bookworm. Next one comes from IRL Nick. I love PvP as it is the most skill-oriented aspect of Minecraft, and that's what I like. Training and getting experience in a certain aspect of really anything and getting a reward. When I first started playing Bed Wars, I lost nearly every single game I played, but with experience and practice, I can hold my own against far better players than me.
That's funny.
And then there is the wonderful world of modern Java PvP, which is on a whole new level. I haven't improved much at that.
Yeah, modern PvP is so hard, but I think if you want to get into PvP and you haven't done any 1.8.9 older PvP, get into modern PvP. Or if you play a lot of other player versus player games, do it. It's very challenging because you have shields, there's end crystals, respawn anchors or weapons. Everything can be used as a weapon. And there's so much going on with axes, cooldowns, swords, and that's for Java. Bedrock Edition modern PvP is just old Java PvP pretty much. But I think new PvP is actually enjoyable and not just spam clicking. It's very much not spam clicking.
Takes more skill, right?
It's very skill oriented.
Now, he said that PvP is the most skill oriented aspect of Minecraft. I don't know if that's really the case.
I think well, either speedrunning because it's milliseconds upon milliseconds to get like world record times of bouncing your head off of certain things and like very, very, but I think just base game, not getting complex like that, just base game things. I think just Redstone is the most skill oriented.
I would have to say Redstone or even some of the builders. I mean, you guys are really skilled. It's just a different type of skill.
Yes.
Right? Just like in real life, some people are better at poetry and other people are better at coding. Right? It's 2 different spectrums.
Can you code me something that makes poetry?
Yes.
Thank you.
There you go. I actually do both.
Oh,
believe it or not. Fun fact there. Now, as far as PvP, I don't really do that. So that's the least fun for me.
If you weren't if you enjoyed keyboard and mouse games more, you would probably enjoy modern PvP as it's very timing based and also just you get to choose. You can use a sword, which has better hit speed, but not as good damage, or you use an axe.
I will agree with that. If I like PvP at all, which I don't, I would definitely pick the modern version more because there's some skill to it. It's the same thing when you look at games like Call of Duty or Battlefield, right? Battlefield takes a little bit more collaboration and skill than Call of Duty, right?
And no, Bed Wars does not take skill. You just if you just buy a mouse that makes you click faster, that's all you have. I got better at Bed Wars by buying a new mouse.
All right. Our next comment comes from Froggies. I don't know how they want me to say it. They're actually in the live chat right now. I think they're leaving, but here's your comment. I love multiplayer Minecraft because it is just so much more fun playing with friends and trolling random people. Another reason I like multiplayer is the PvP. I am trying to get better at PvP and am already pretty good. Well, there you go. Another PvP person here. I tend to find that younger generation seem to like PvP a lot more, but then as people grow older, they like it less. That's just my overall take on it.
I think it's just it gets very stale if you're doing like older style PvP or Skywars Bedwars stuff that's been around for so long. It gets very stale. But I think with like modern MCC and stuff like that, Minecraft Championship and the new PvP stuff, it's just fun and it's new and it's also just I think more advanced.
Got it.
So
I used to like PvP games, right? Like Call of Duty. I used to like that style game, but I just got bored with it. And as I grew older, I didn't like it at all now. So I don't know.
Well, that happens if you play anything too much, really.
Yeah, that might be part of it, I guess.
I mean, you get bored of doing Redstone if that's all you've done for a few years.
That is true. And I did a lot of it. So it might be less generation. Maybe it's just kids start playing as soon as they can because that's the one PvP game, Minecraft, that they can play.
It's all my HolyBookworm allow me to play.
Right, exactly. And so then by the time you get to my age, you're burnt out on it by far. Maybe that's more of it.
By the time they get to your age...
Yeah, I know.
That's a long time.
And it's getting very long here in the next month or so. Next comment.
Our next comment, number one goon. So my wife and I played multiplayer with her cousins. We were exploring a ravine with lava at the bottom, and I was next to one of her cousins in the game when he fell into the lava. He still accuses me of pushing him. This was 4 years ago.
Well, I'm taking his side.
Yep.
Because I know who you are, number one goon.
You did it.
So I would not put it past that you pushed him into lava. Definitely.
What is it with Minecraft players and holding grudges?
Oh, I'll hold Minecraft grudges.
Because...
like I said earlier in the intro, you hit me, or my dog or something, I'm taking it out on you for 10 years.
My Twitch chat is still mad at me because on season 3, early on, 2 years ago, season 3, I had a horse and I was mining in a cave and the horse walked in front of me while I was mining coal. So I accidentally punched the horse and then I ended up losing the horse in the cave and never found it. So they're still mad at me for punching a horse.
So this horse is still lost in that world.
Yep.
Forever lost.
Yep.
How dare you, Little C? You should be banned. Somebody report Little C for losing a horse.
They're not even mad that I lost it. They're just mad that I punched it.
Yeah, don't punch it. Don't punch horses. That's mean.
That is something. Way to get leather early game.
That is something. The sound that horses make when you do eliminate them is really sad. It plays with your emotion every time you hit it. I do the same thing though. That is a good source of leather if you're early game, but that sound does make you feel a little bad about it. Even though it's just pixels on a screen, but
I don't have this problem of feeling bad. Maybe I'm a psychopath. I don't know.
Go try to punch a horse in real life. See what happens.
No.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for the horse at that point. They'll take care of themselves. That's for sure.
Horses in real life are cool.
Now, I do like the part that, number one, Goon, you say you play with your wife, and I know who you guys are, and you played multiplayer with your cousin, so it's a whole family endeavor. That's really fun.
That is fun. Besides, if you do some trolling, it can make the Christmas a little awkward. It can make Christmas dinner a little awkward if you do a bit of trolling on the Minecraft server.
That is true. At least when you're trolling people on Jericho, number one, Goon, you don't have to meet these people in real life. Or do you?
Dun, dun, dun. Oh. I'm getting kicked out of a job here for sound effect, man.
Yes, I got a button for that one, Little C. All right, let's get on with our thoughts, I suppose. I kind of threw mine in there little by bit, Little C, anything you want to add?
I love multiplayer. It's just fun because single player is fun, but if you're just playing single player without streaming or anything, I would get bored of it pretty quickly because there's nothing, there's like no one to talk to or to bounce ideas off of or anything, and you're just doing, which is fine, but I think SMPs with friends and SMPs like Jericho are both a lot of fun, and the mini games of multiplayer are a lot of fun too.
I think my favorite part about SMP, and like I said, I was very single player minded, other than playing with maybe split screen back in the day or something. But it is nice, especially when there's something you enjoy chopping trees, for instance, little
Chopping
C.
trees is amazing.
And I need wood. I like mining. So you can go chop trees while I go mine, and then we can come together and build something epic together.
I do find it funny that you always are like, yeah, I'm a single player guy. You don't play single player. You've not had a significant single player world ever. I don't think. You've had a
did
few
before we started
You've had
the
a
SMP.
few, but like nothing. You didn't really stick with the worlds, I guess. I don't know. And I feel like you've played a lot with like even just playing with one other person, like me. We used to play, and
So
like
are
every
you
world
saying
would
I
be that
need
way.
to just start a single player world?
I think if you
And then do it?
played single player a lot and just had your own long term single player world,
Yeah.
you'd see why multiplayer is so good, and you'd regain the appreciation for it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I like multiplayer. It's not that I don't like it. That's not what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I do like it. I just don't do the collaboration stuff as much. I don't necessarily like building with others. I like to even in
It's just
Jericho.
like, yes, I like the multiplayer. I just don't like the other people.
Yeah, exactly. I'm kind of weird like that. I don't want people to help me. People offer to give me stuff all the time or whatever. And I'm like, no, I'll get it myself. Don't worry. I just want to do my own thing, but with other people around. I don't know. I'm weird like that. I am the one and only BS. That's for sure.
That is for sure.
Mini games, you brought those up. That is something they're all there somewhere, whether it's in the marketplace or the featured servers. Those mini games, there is a form of each one of those back in the day, like the console ones. There's one of those, like a whatever you call it. I call it spleef, but what is it called in the mini games on the console versions?
I forget what it was called.
But anyways, there's games like that. There's games like Glide on there. So the games still exist, but they're not all in one place. I loved what 4J Studios did with those, and I did enjoy that multiplayer aspect. And that's kind of PvP in the sense that you're competing with others.
Yeah.
And I guess I kind of enjoyed those somewhat. I really like the Glide more than anything, and that's less of competing. I guess that's more of a race.
It is. What do you mean it's less of competing?
It's not like
one-on-one.
It's not like you're 1 versus 1 and you're trying to punch each other or eliminate each other. You're just bettering your time, essentially.
Yeah, you would like more of the modern, like what they do in the Minecraft Championship, the big creators do, but like the public server of that.
Right.
There's the parkour stuff, but it's all races. And then they also have the battle kind of thing, Sky Battle. So it's like the old battle from Legacy and Skywars combined. And there's a lot of cool stuff. And they're really well made to like, they have their own UI and menus and everything. So it just feels like you're playing another game almost. But it still has the Minecraft feel.
Okay, that sounds fun. Maybe I'll have to try it out. So little C over here is really trying to get me on Java. He's trying to get me controller mods, all this stuff. I just don't see a reason. I like Bedrock.
Offhand,
I don't care.
better looks for a game, better looking game.
Maybe.
And more client-side customization and more resource pack customization.
Okay.
The past week in Minecraft, all info from Minecraft.net.
All right, we got a few of them this week. Are you ready? These are getting big. We're getting close. We're getting really close, little C. First one is Minecraft Java 1.20.2 pre-release 1.
Oh, yes, we're so close. Well, on the first pre-release, so absolutely close.
Hey, but the pre-releases are coming, so that's a good sign. This one came out Tuesday, September 5th, 2023. It's Some changes here. The recipe book search has been updated with the following changes. The search will only match the beginning of any word in the item's name. Updated structure icons on explorer maps sold by cartographers. When villagers unlock new trades, the order of those trades in the UI is now always random instead of sometimes being deterministic. The data pack is now version 18. Cartographers now sell 7 new maps. So this is kind of a big deal, right? We didn't have this before. We have Desert Village map, Jungle Explorer map, Plains Village map, Savannah Village map, Snow Village map, Swamp Explorer map, and Taiga Village map. Little C, do you use the maps from cartographers at all?
I will later on in a single player world scenario like my hardcore world. I'm planning on using it for, what are they called? The big things in Dark Oak Forest. The Woodland Mansions.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm planning on doing it for those.
Okay. That'll be fun. Now, what do you think of this? Bringing in 7 new maps. That's kind of cool.
I think more maps are better.
Yeah.
Minecraft is an exploration-based game.
And I think that will help people that always go to something like chunk base, right? It kind of deters you from always using chunk base. You got something in game that you can use to find this stuff. That's
without
always a good thing.
Having to
cheat,
walk around for 100,000 blocks.
Right, exactly. So this is a good thing. I like that. It does kind of generate that feeling of wanting to explore because you have a treasure map, right? Treasure maps are fun too. I just don't like how hard it is to find the treasure. At least in Bedrock. I don't know if it's a little different in Java, but the treasure maps, the buried treasures, they're hard to find.
They give you right to the treasure if you know how to do it.
Okay.
It's just, I don't know how to do it, and you don't know how to do it. So
right, yeah, that might be part of it. We're just noobs still.
Usually I just take an efficiency 5 shovel and just dig out the entire beach and hope I find it.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't work, I bring out the TNT.
I do like that though. Generating exploration things. That's a good thing. I think it's fun. Except for the world sizes go way up when people do that. But it's better than just being completely random, I suppose. At least you have a direction to go. All right, let's keep going with the changes. The biggest change is that buying diamond armor now requires paying a small amount of diamonds as well as emeralds.
That's amazing.
Hallelujah. Yes, that's awesome. This is meant to make the armorer's diamond armor trades less useful at the start of the game when players don't have any diamonds, while still giving a powerful advantage to advanced players who have spent some time collecting diamonds. Makes sense to me. It's not that they're trying to make it like even, like it costs you the same amount of diamonds to get the armor or something. It's still powerful. It's still good for that, but you can't get it right from the start. If you have 0 diamonds, you can't get it from the villager.
Yep.
That's a good thing.
I think
now there are ways to get diamonds.
I think it is good that you are saving diamonds if you buy it from a villager.
Yes.
I think that is cool.
Yeah, it's fine. And you're using emeralds instead, I suppose.
That makes it a balance between the people who only get diamond armor from villagers and the people who never do it.
Right.
So it's a good in-between.
I can't remember the last time I got my armor from a villager. I don't do it.
The only time I ever buy the armor from the villagers is simply for decoration armors.
Okay.
Like for if I want to fill a room with armor stands.
Right.
I do
Makes sense.
with that.
Yeah. I can't remember. I don't know if I ever have directly, honestly. I don't use villagers that much. I would be just happy if they got rid of their trades.
On season 1, I remember doing a lot with villagers, and remember getting... It was Village Update.
Was
halfway
it?
through the season, I think.
Yeah, okay.
But I remember giving the armor or whatever, like basics, the iron armor they sell, like for new members, so they kind of have a chance to not die the first night. Because we did not know how to light up around spawn.
Right. That is something. And that's a good debate on multiplayer. Do you give players to your world free stuff?
Food, like a bit of food, yes. Because on multiplayer, animals don't spawn around spawn usually.
Right. I usually am willing to give food.
And if it's something like Jericho where you have shops, I like to give them, like if it's like this state in the season, I like to give them diamonds.
No, that's like actually not a bad idea.
So they can go and get an idea of
what shops are. Feel, though, because so many of these SMPs give you like this whole kit, and you're all kitted out, you're all armored up right from the start.
It's too overpowered.
I think that's too much. and you don't get that sense of accomplishment. That's how I feel about it. But I guess if you're just solely there to build and make a cool world or shops or whatever it is, that makes more sense. There's plenty of people that have a theme in mind and they want to accomplish some kind of build. Let's say they're all building the Roman Colosseum or something together. Well, that makes sense. Give your people what they need right from the start. All right, keep going. We got one more change here. Certain enchanted books now have a high chance of generating in some structures. All right, we have some fixes here. This is Java, so this is what was wrong, and they fixed it. Some block state changes aren't communicated to clients. Chat messages show after death independent of chat setting. Sometimes armor stands won't update their visual rotation. Typo in splash text, verlet integration, which I don't know what the typo was, but I know that is talking about some kind of code or some kind of equation or something like that, I think. The word whilst within several death messages isn't spelled in American English. Player is shown as anonymous after dying and respawning. Regular golden apples don't increase the number of gold hearts if you previously ate an enchanted golden apple and then took damage.
What in the Minecraft is that? That is the most Minecrafty sounding like changelog there. It's such a weird glitch.
Yeah, these are really weird, and these are all on Java, which is kind of surprising that you have this weirder ones. And then, of course, there's many more. You can check the changelogs. We'll have the link in our description. Next, we have Minecraft Bedrock Beta Preview 1.20.40.20. Came out Thursday, September 7th, 2023. We have some changes here. Updated structure icons on Explorer maps sold by cartographers. So it does seem like they're updating together, by the way. We're reading kind of the same thing we did in the pre-release on Java. The cartographers now sell the 7 new maps. The biggest change is that buying diamond armor. Yeah, see, all these are the same as the last one. That is awesome.
Yay, parody. Now add offhand to Bedrock. Thanks.
All right, we got those certain enchanted books now have a high chance of generating some structures. We have, okay, this one was not in the Java, I don't think. Skulk Block no longer drops XP when mined with Silk Touch. Zombie villager curing time is now randomized between 3 and 5 minutes to match Java Edition. Hey, that's a good thing. I like that. Equipped enchanted armor now has an overall weaker glint. However, its intensity more noticeably increases and decreases over time. I don't know what that's doing. So does that mean once you wear it for a long time it changes, or it's more noticeable to see the difference when it changes? Not sure what they're going for there. We have some fixes here. Now, these aren't necessarily the problems. This just tells you what they fixed. Fixed an issue where text-to-speech did not say how to open chat or emotes. Text-to-speech message for pop-up title/description is now played properly. Fixed various mob sounds. That is something. Sounds are so important. Audio is so important for making you feel, and it takes you out. If something is played wrong, it just takes you completely out of the game. At least to me.
Half the time, it depends what you're doing in the game. If there's a sheep sound effect that sounds slightly off pitch, it's not going to bother me. But if I'm in an ancient city and instead of the warden sound effects, it's playing the happiest sounding music disc, yeah, that might be a problem.
Yeah, exactly. It just would take you out of that. Fixed an issue where moving slowly on soul sand would sometimes cause the player to not receive the soul speed movement speed. Players can no longer sometimes clip through blocks when flying in creative mode and spamming the sneak button. Players can no longer sometimes clip through blocks when gliding with elytra into blocks. Buckets can no longer pick up liquids for a few ticks after they've been placed. Wait, so are they saying you can't like drop the bucket and of water and pick it up instantly? It takes a few ticks, which is still less. I mean, there's 20 ticks in a second. So if it's just a few, that's still really fast. It might just be like spam clicking. You can't spam click or something. I don't know what they're going for there.
I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. It's weird.
Diagonal banner patterns no longer get inverted when applied to a shield. So this is good. They're fixing that banner shield thing. I am loving that, by the way. That is fun to see when you take a banner and put it on your shield. I'm so happy we finally got that on Bedrock. Mobs no longer receive fall damage when falling into a 1 block deep water pool. Rabbits can once again eat partially and fully grown carrot crops. Wait, so rabbits will destroy your carrots when they're planted?
I did not know that.
That's interesting. You learn something new every day. And we've been playing for a long time. Sheep that have been sheared previously and have since grown back wool will now drop wool on death. Fox can now pick up items that can be equipped. Closing the inventory of boat, raft, or minecart with chest now emits vibrations. More vibration stuff. That's scary. I don't know. But how often are you... Well, I guess you're just doing the chest. It makes sense, right? Because the chest already emitted sounds. So if it's in a boat or a minecart, it should also make sounds.
Dang it.
Yeah, exactly.
That used to be a way when we
Yep.
we did stuff in ancient cities, we'd use boats.
You cheaters. Cartographers no longer offer exploration maps as a trade item when not in the overworld. Zombified villagers now have the correct biome overlays. Change the default value of the respawn radius in the advanced settings to 10. So I'm pretty sure it was always 5 before. We set ours in Jericho SMP to 0. So you're always on the same block when you spawn in. And of course, there's many more. Check the link in the description if you want to read the rest of them. And now we have Minecraft Java 1.20.2 pre-release 2. So that's 2 this week. That's awesome. This one came out Thursday, September 7th, 2023. There are notes on here. We received a lot of great feedback on the changes to the recipe book search in the last pre-release, as well as a number of bugs. As we do not have time to address this feedback so close to release, we have reverted the change for now, but we may look into this again at a later time. So the recipe book thing, that's kind of controversial lately, I guess, but they're going to put it on the back burner. What I find about this note to be interesting is they don't have time so close to release. That tells me they have a release date assigned to them way ahead of time.
Also, they're probably pretty busy right now working on the next major update because it's September, which is usually the month that they announce a big Minecraft event.
That's right.
Minecraft Live or whatever it goes by now.
Yes, exactly. And I think they're doing a lot. I think they're going to tell us less this time around. But
they're not going to make any concept art, that's for sure.
Right, yeah, I think that was a big problem. We'll see how it goes. I'll be very curious. I think this is a make it or break it year for Minecraft in general to keep the hype up.
I think Minecraft will be fine. I just think this year...
I think it needs something like Update Aquatic or the Nether update or something big like that.
If they made a good update this year, it would make the hype. But if they don't make a good update this year, but then let's say next year they come in with a major awesome update, like what you're saying,
right?
It'll be fine. Minecraft always returns.
Oh, yeah, it'll come back. It's not going away. We're not anywhere near that. But it is interesting to see it kind of the popularity go up and down and how people are playing and stuff. All right, let's get into the changes on this pre-release. The resource pack version is now 18, accounting for the new icons in last pre-release. All right, they have fixes here. This is what was wrong, and they fixed it. Newly rendered players always look south until they move their head. Cannot tab out of console text field of command block. Accessibility button in the welcome screen needs its own string. Narrator narrates incorrect tab action in command block suggestions. Recipe book search no longer finds anything containing non-English characters. Recipe book search no longer finds relevant items in languages where compound words are not separated. Uncraftable variants of a craftable recipe are shown as craftable now. Macro arguments entered as floats are converted to scientific notation. Crafting book search doesn't find anything when a space is included in the search. Full screen resolution value is untranslatable. and of course, many more. There's a lot with the recipe book in here. They were really hoping to get that working right, I think. All that stuff. They're really tweaking that. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of like it, kind of don't. I go back and forth. So let us know what you think. Join our Discord.
I use a mod to make the recipe work better for Java because of some of the changes
Okay.
that they did a while ago.
Yes.
Mainly just on Java Edition. I don't know if it does it on Bedrock. I always forget. But it scrolls through. So let's say you have an oak log and a spruce log. It'll flash back and forth between oak and spruce. So you'll go to keep clicking on it. Like, let's say you want to make
Yeah.
5, and then it'll switch to type.
Yeah.
I added a mod where I can shift click it, and then it'll make it, I can just choose it. So that's
Okay.
super good.
That is nice. Yeah, that's definitely something seems like it's needed. All right, that's the changelogs. That's what they've been up to. Now, what we've been up to is a little different. We have not been doing fixes and things. So last weekend, HolyBookworm and I found ourselves to be by ourselves without you, Little Z. You weren't around. You left us.
Huh.
So we took the opportunity and we went on a date night. Guess where we went? Fancy here. We got all fancy. We went to Applebee's and Rural King.
That is that's just a bearded sauce quote right there.
Yes.
Put that in the quote book.
That's fancy people right there. But we did meet back up with you where you went, Little C, at my grandparents' home. And we had a campfire in the woods. That was kind of nice. It was fun to be out there. And then I was supposed to go trucking on Monday. So I left. I went to the place where I was supposed to pick up my load and everything. And guess what? The gate was completely closed for the holiday, which was Labor Day in the U.S. So I turned back around and went home. So I came back home Monday night. I took a little bit of this time. We set up a Sega Genesis with the Sega CD and the 32X. This thing is massive. It is a beast of a console. And it's sitting right next to you right now, Little C.
It's so small compared to like a PS5 or a gaming computer.
I think it's bigger than a PS5. It just, all these add-ons, you have to like piece it together. It's very Frankenstein-like. You have 3 separate power supplies on that system, by the way. You have to have a power supply for each one of those. Isn't that crazy?
Wow. That is crazy.
Yeah, it was so crazy when that came out. But it was fun. I think that's the first time I actually played a Sega CD game. It was interesting because they were just starting to play with adding like video and stuff because they could put it on a CD. This isn't DVD, this is CD.
Yeah, how do they do that?
And it was kind of bad though. I like it. It's choppy, but for its time, it was awesome. Also, on Monday, I think, I went to my brother's house to help him set up his Minecraft account. It was not linking to his PlayStation account. I got to tell you, Microsoft, what are you doing? PlayStation, what are you doing?
It's not Microsoft, it's PlayStation. It's Bedrock Edition.
It is horrendous. There was no possible way for him to recover his account because once you link a PlayStation account to the Microsoft account, there is no way to delink it from that account. Period. No way.
Crazy.
It is insane. And he doesn't have access to that email. It got hacked or whatever, right? So he can't change anything. He can't get back into it. Nothing. It was horrendous. And so we ended up just having to start a whole new account for him, a PlayStation account. And that's what he's using. And then we linked it with his new Microsoft account because he can't get into his old one. And it's crazy to me why they did it that way. It's really scuff. Is that the word you guys use now these days? Really scuff. I was really mad about the whole
scuff.
thing.
It's very scuffed.
Scuffed?
Scuff ED.
Okay, that works. So he lost all his inventory in Jericho SMP, sadly, because there's no way to really recover that. But he was able to find his way back through. We have the nether hub and the portal, so he got back to his base, and he can get most everything he has back there, so that's good. And we got him set back up and got him whitelisted, all that stuff. I finally did go trucking this week.
In Trucking Sim?
Yeah, a little bit of that. But in real life, too, but it was so bad the loads this week. I really didn't do anything. I drove like 450 miles all the way from Iowa back home to Indiana empty. No load. I don't get paid for that. There's just no loads out there. It was not a good week as far as trucking goes. Now, trucking sim, I did very well.
Well, yes, that's because the rates don't change because of the economy in real life.
Yeah, there you go. I was hoping to play some Minecraft, but I didn't.
Although in Trucking Simulator, I'm not doing so well. I'm like negative $5,000 right now.
Yeah, that's not good. Let's see what you've been up to this week.
On Minecraft Hardcore, I got villagers, and I got a villager set up right now. It's just a fence, double tall fence with a floor made out of cake, because I buy that from the farmers to get XP. And then villagers, chopping trees, especially if you enjoy it like I do. I just will sit and chop 2x2 spruce trees all day. You can get so many emeralds from Fletcher's with sticks, and I love it. I got mending, unbreaking, and silk touch so far for books. 2 farmers, 3 Fletchers. It's so easy. Villagers are too easy.
Yes, I agree with that.
This is kind of proving my point. I'm doing it on hardcore because I just don't want to die and I'm not going to risk it. So I'm kind of getting more overpowered than I should be at this stage in the world. But I'm doing that so I don't lose the world kind of thing. But if you're playing regular survival, villagers are just way too OP. And like, it's just so easy.
That's something I never really use them that often, but so many of our players come into Jericho.
Use villagers so much though.
I used to use them before the change.
Yeah.
Before they changed, because they'd run out of trades. Now they just refresh and you can use them forever, right?
Yeah, they get expensive every so often, but then they go back down. So yeah.
Right. I was amazed with Jericho how many players come in, and that's the first thing they do, and they're all armored up and never went mining. So but yes, they are OP. You're still using the old way before the diamond change. Are you taking advantage of all that?
I'm taking advantage of it, but I'm looking forward to the new change because right now I'm building a trading hall, kind of underground, kind of not, but I'm making a trader hall that just have everything as my overpowered, over the top, crazy villagers. Look at me go. But I'm planning on building islands once they do the change because I want to get the new villagers with the different books from each type of village.
Okay.
So then I can rebuild their original village style on an island.
Ooh,
so if it's a snowy village, I'll build a little snow one. A jungle jungle villages. I'll build a jungle village.
Nice.
And like on different islands around my base kind of thing. So I think that would be cool.
That does sound cool. Now, you almost died on your hardcore world. I was watching that stream, by the way.
I didn't almost die. I thought I was going to almost die.
Right.
Because I hit a villager while breaking a lectern, refreshing trays to get a mending book. Very fun task to do. And I just accidentally hit him with my axe. The villager walked in front of me while I was breaking it.
But they changed that.
And there were like 3 iron golems around. They terrify me. Iron golems are terrifying.
I know.
I just slowly turned around like, I'm about to die, aren't I? But nope, he wasn't mad at me. I still ended up killing him just to be safe, but he was not mad at me.
Right. And I remember reading that since we've started doing the show. I remember them changing that where they don't instantly get mad at you. It used to be you barely punch a villager and all the iron golems around would just come after you.
They're trying to kill you.
Yeah, exactly. But then you did something kind of dumb, I thought. You went up and punched the iron golem, and then he came chasing you, and he got out of the pen, and then you almost lost your villager. It was so exciting to watch. So if you're not watching his live stream, what are you doing? You got to watch Little C's live stream.
No, I was trying to kill the iron golem because I was scared he was randomly going to hit me.
I know, but then he came after you. It was great.
I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off.
And speaking of streaming, you've changed some of your settings and stuff and your emotes and all that.
Yeah, so now emojis and stuff, if someone puts them in chat, they'll just flow across the screen or whatever. So the Little C stare emote, which is terrifying, just goes across the screen. And it's just a fun little thing to do.
I know. It's fun to watch people spam it, too.
Yes, it is.
It's been fun. You've been great at streaming. I've enjoyed it.
I'm working on getting new emotes made, more in the animated style, but I think just a bit better, a bit leveled up emotes, I guess, with like a better style and better looking.
Yeah, I like that. I love the interaction you have with your audience and stuff, and they're going back and forth and they're trolling you a little bit. They might spam some emotes or whatever.
And I'm trolling them a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. All right, that's been fun. It's been a fun week.
Now it's time for listener questions. Wait, I did it backwards.
That's
What?
okay.
How
I
do
guess
I
you don't get
always?
a do.
No, you have to do, but we're doing it in reverse.
Oh, I don't know if I can do it.
So here you go. Get ready.
Do.
Listener question.
I don't think that worked out, Little C. I think we need to go back to the old way.
This is, as the kids say, very scuffed.
There you go. Or as I say, scuff without the D. All right. Let's get on with the listener questions.
Our first question comes from Big Blue Dog. Why can't we put item frames on minecarts? We use them for different jobs and big builds and zipping around. It gets confusing. So why do you think we don't have a feature like this?
That's an interesting concept for sure. I like that idea. Honestly, I haven't given that much thought about minecarts recently at all. I used to enjoy like making auto unloaders and stuff with them, and use them in my mine. I really enjoy doing that stuff and make it kind of realistic. I definitely could see the benefits of something like that, right? Having an item frame on a minecart, that's cool. I wonder though if it would be better just to like be able to dye them or something. Like they have like a trim around the edge
I
of the
think
corner or something.
lag and just game coding wise, I think, yeah, you could do like an armor trim for a minecart kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that where you just dye it, change it, or like carpets on camels.
Yeah.
Right? It changes that. Something like that might make a little more sense, but I like where you're going with that.
First, I have to say you have a very descriptive name, and I understand exactly of who you are. You are a big blue dog. I love it. Simple to the point. Anyways, I do not think Minecraft and Mojang gives a single care in the world about minecarts. If they did, they would improve them by making them better speed and make it so people would actually want to use them.
Yeah, they were useful way, way, way back when they first came out. They were more useful because we didn't even have horses, right? Things like that.
Yeah.
So it made a lot more sense back in the day. I think it's just one of those
haven't
old
updated
things.
them with time.
Yeah, that's something maybe they'll do that. But I like that. Thank you for that question. Next one comes from Annie Mae. What is your favorite sport or sports team and why?
Minecraft Championship Rising with the Blue Bats.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. In all seriousness, it's a Minecraft competition for like not small, but smaller streamers than Minecraft Championship.
Okay.
But yeah, in all seriousness, I would say American football in the Dallas Cowboys. Or maybe NASCAR too. NASCAR is up there. I like racing. I want to get into not really, I don't know really F1, but that kind of
Maybe
style.
indie racing or something?
I don't like those cars. I don't like the Indy cars or the F1 cars. I like these stock cars, but that style where they go left and right and you get all from different countries.
Yes.
That is really cool.
I do like that. But I do like NASCAR's fun. So my answer here is the red team from Double Dare. Always the red team. Do you even know what I'm talking about, Little C?
I have absolutely no idea.
Okay, I am talking about the old school show from like the late 80s, early 90s. It was hosted by a guy named Mark Summers.
Never heard of him.
Right. Yeah, this show, you got to look it up on YouTube or something. Find it somewhere. Double Dare. That's what I'm going with. Yes, going for that team. I am not really a sports guy at all. Back, I used to watch basketball because my dad liked it and used to be a fan of the Chicago Bulls. I haven't watched basketball in probably over 20 years now.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not big on sports. I'll watch it if it's on the TV or I'll see it in passing or be like, oh, that team won. That's cool. But I'm not like into sports or anything like a lot of people are.
Now, I am with you. American football. I got to go with the Dallas Cowboys. I've just been a long fan of them. But secondary, I would actually probably say Green Bay would be my secondary team.
I liked Green Bay.
Yeah.
With Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, me too. And then, like, you go baseball. I kind of just, from nostalgia reasons, I guess Chicago Cubs, right? In baseball. MLB, but that's about all the sports I really would even stand. And of course, NASCAR. But
I feel most live sports, if you go to a sports game, it's fun to watch. But if
That
you
is
watch
true.
it on TV, like I would, if someone said, "Hey, you want to go to like I don't know hockey or a baseball game?" I mean, I played baseball, so I watch it on TV sometimes because I understand it very much. But it's not that entertaining to watch on TV, and same with most sports. But in person, it's just a completely different experience, and it's a
That,
whole. It's not just the game too.
that's like the bigger town, but not huge town near us has a smaller hockey team. It's fun to go watch them in real life, but hockey, I've never been a big fan, except for in video games back in the day. Used to always play with the Dallas Stars on the video games. Don't know why.
Hockey is great. I've been to one hockey game in my entire life, and I'm so mad because there was only one fight, and it wasn't
Oh,
even that
sad.
good. It's like that's it should be fighting with a chance of hockey, not hockey with a chance of fighting.
There you go. I like that. All right. Thank you for those questions. Keep them coming. We're starting to line them up a little bit. I will get to them as long as they're appropriate and everything. They can be about Minecraft or non Minecraft related. Get on our Discord, leave us there. You can text us and all that stuff too. Nobody ever does that anymore, but that's okay. But if you want to, I would love that.
I don't even know where the texting app is on my phone. I just use
I
Discord.
know. I know. It's fine. Use Discord. That's fine. Keep them coming, though. We love the listener questions. We usually answer 2 a week. So keep that in mind.
Now it's time for everyone's favorite part of the show, Holy Bookworm's Joke of the Week.
Where do young trees go to learn?
Elementary school. I don't get it. I do not get it at all.
Elementary, like a tree.
Okay, so
school.
I thought like element was a type of tree and that was the joke. But no, it's just the tree part. Okay, that's not that funny.
Yeah,
Come on,
elementary.
Holy Bookworm, you gotta work a little bit harder for the jokes.
And I don't think that plays everywhere, especially if maybe English isn't your main language.
Or if you're
because
or if you don't live in America,
or if
that
you
probably
live
doesn't make sense because the schooling's different.
Right. Or if you live in a different region, you say the word different. Around here, we call it elementary, but it's actually elementary.
Nobody
Kinda.
I have ever heard has called it elementary.
Well, not
school.
exactly like I over exaggerated it, but with a little bit more emphasis with the A in there. I think that might be East Coast or something. They say it a little different like that. But anyways, we are dissecting this joke. Sorry about that, Holy Bookworm there.
Well, work
Thank
hard
you for
on
the
your
joke.
jokes, Holy Bookworm.
We are kind of hard. We're hard on her, but that's okay. You can also listen to her Noob Corner. That's part of our podcast network here. It's been a lot of fun listening to that. She does pun of the week over there.
Oh my.
Very, very punny. Ha, ha, ha.
No.
All right, it's been a great show. Don't forget, you got to subscribe. We really need the subscribers. Like I said, we're trying to go ad-free completely here. So we need your support. That's the only way we can keep this going. So please, please, please go hit that subscribe. There's a link in our description. Take you right to it. Help us get the word out about the Block Party Podcast by sharing our awesome Discord community, checking out our YouTube channel, downloading our free Bedrock add-on packs, and unlocking exclusive content as a subscriber at theblockpartymc.com.
We want to hear from you. We love your comments and questions. You can email us at contact@theblockpartymc.com or leave us a voicemail or text us at 1-260-222-7240.
Thank you for being here. We truly appreciate it. Make sure to tell everyone about the Block Party of Minecraft podcast. I'm Bearded Sloth, and now I gotta eat my coffee.
And I'm Little C, and I'm gonna go log on to Minecraft.